So, Masters, we have been talking about soul plan, different elements. So now the question is how to identify your soul plan. We understood how the process works with respect to different different elements of soul plan, whether it is contrast, whether it is free will, whether it is, things like pets or uh, other elements. So today we'll just put together and see how you can identify yourself, how we can simplify it. If you understand, then living your life become easier. You can guide, you can change course in sync with your heart. And heart is important because here, heart is the one which really connects you to your soul. Because as soul, we have picked both the time when you will be in this human incarnation and the experience you're going to go in this lifetime. So both the things are important. If you go against your planning, then it's kind of interference. Of course, not necessarily you will do what you came to do in this lifetime. So the question is, these challenges we planned. No one else, our soul, planned this one. The purpose is not suffering. The purpose is to go next level. You can only go next level by learning, through experience. And that's the whole purpose. So it's not a question of, I did something wrong, that's why I'm going through a tough time. And we have to experience both sides. Every coin has two sides. You have to balance the karmas, and that's why you will have experiences where one time there will be a lack and second time there will be abundance. And then if you learn from both, you can release the karma. And that's why we say that you want to go away from ego-based consciousness to heart-based consciousness. Heart, again, as we said, it connects you to your soul. It connects to your higher self. It helps to find your own purpose. Only you can find. Others can help you in the process, but ultimately you have to, because only you know what's going on inside you. Once you know your soul plan or pre-birth planning process, what it could be, what is it that you are here for, then you can find reasons for specific events happening in your life. It becomes easier. So let's get into how we can identify, how we can help ourselves in trying to understand what's the big picture. So we should always remember that life challenges, they generally run counter to your hope and expectations. You may plan to go north, but life is taking you to south. And you may wonder what's happening. I'm putting all my effort, but yet I'm not able to go in the direction I want to go. So a couple of things. First, we have to see, am I in denial mode? Because what happens is, we all go through different situations in life. It could be a financial loss. It could be a family or friend member you may lose. It could be, fear, pain, guilt, shame, any kind of things, some event, some trauma, which is really draining you or pulling you down. Sometimes we stay in denial mode that no, it's not me. You don't want to accept what universe is trying to indicate. We take it as a challenge and we say, no, I will beat this challenge. Do you have that feeling that you're going to beat it? Which is kind of, letting you live in the denial mode. And beating life challenge, can be taken both ways. One is, okay, you are brave, you are strong, but the other one is more of a, as a challenge that comes that I will beat it, that kind of the inner feeling that you get. See if you have victim consciousness. Every time, we are blaming someone else. What can I do? It's not my fault. It's my boss, it's my colleagues, it's my neighbor, it's my family members. You just play the victim role. We convince ourselves that I'm doing nothing wrong. It's not me, it's someone else who's responsible for my situation. We feel happy in a way when we are in victimized, mode or victim consciousness, because then we free ourselves from any responsibility and we are happy that nothing I can do. It is just the whatever, some person, event in life or situation. And sometimes we have resistance, big time. Resistance in the sense that you know what to do, life is telling you to go there, but that's where, sometimes it could be habit. We say it's very difficult to change your habit, whichever way we put it, it's a resistance. Resistance could be of different form, different things. It's not just resistance means one particular thing, anything. You may have seen sometime, you can tell 10 people about meditation. Only two comes. Many different reasons why the other eight didn't come. One of them could be resistance. Resistance could be with your own belief, could be your own thought process, your own situation where, your own ego, a lot of things, but ultimately it is resistance which is holding you back. Who can identify? Only you can identify. No one else can tell you have resistance, or people can observe you. People can see, hey, you have resistance, or you seems to be in victimized mode because they can see you are blaming everyone else. So sometimes it is easier for others to observe, to notice, to see than you, because you don't know that it is naturally coming out of you. It is natural tendency. And you say, no, I don't do it. And others say, well, we see it clearly every time you are blaming others. So yes, you can get feedback from people, but ultimately only you can know the details. They can see the surface, they can see the end result, but they don't know the root cause. Only you can find it out. So how? Without going anywhere, very simply, is it a way, is it possible that you can find it out? So first question you may ask yourself, what is it that makes your heart sing, dance? That means it makes you happy. So couple of ways to dig the things that may repeat in your life. Because you can identify one particular thing and say, yeah, this is one thing which really makes me happy, feel like dancing. So the question is, find out related to that, are there things which are repeating in your life? Think deeply and write them down. Why? Because when you verbally, you're just introspecting, you are thinking, you may know one thing today and later on you come to another thing and you recognize another thing. And now you have forgotten what was the first one. Up to you, no right or wrong, but writing them down means you can take your time. It's not like I have to sit in 5 minutes, I need all the answers. Because you're going back your memory lane as back as possible. If you can go as back as when you were 7 years old. Less than several different stories, so don't worry, but at least from seven till whatever age you are now, try to analyze, try to think. Are there some indications, something that were repeating and you failed to recognize just because you didn't know that this is how universe communicate? So if you can identify the exact time, the event, the situation around that this happened, it will help you identify your soul plan. Because then you will find out, okay, this is what really makes me happy. It's not a question of, okay, if I eat this particular dish, I'm happy. Of course, food is one item. But really, in life, What is it that when you do, you enjoy, or, when you come across certain things that you enjoy? If you have identified what makes you happy, the second natural thing comes, what makes you sad? Identify both sides. Now, if you are wondering how to do that, same thing, you go both ways and you ask the same question. Find out things that may be repeating in your life. Think deeply, write them down. You're going back in your memory lane and identify exact time, event, situation when that happened. So you see, what is making you happy? What is making you sad? And why it is happy? Or why is sad? Whatever it is, like, you have to think. Happy or sad, because if something is triggering sadness or happiness in you, means it has some connection with your life. How deep of a connection, you have to think and find out. If things are repeating frequently, and frequently could be every 2 years, 1 year, 6 months, doesn't matter. There's no right or wrong. So if they are frequently repeating, means it has higher connectivity with your soul plan. If it just, you can say, yeah, once it happened, or once, I can't think if it had happened before. Okay, may have a connection, not so strong. But if you find anything that is repeating, then certainly it has much stronger connection with you. So you have to find out what is that is repeating in your life and increasing in intensity over time. So now not only you are finding out what is repeating, you are finding what is it that is repeating and increasing in intensity over time. You can identify one of these. Certainly, it has the highest probability that it is connected to your soul plan. So, for example, say you were sick. I just hurt my finger. Next time I break my finger. Next time, I could break multiple, fracture, or I may be in ICU. So the intensity is increasing. Why? Because I'm not fixing whatever I need to fix. I'm not able to understand what universe is trying to tell me. It could be financial loss. I lost $100, then 1,000, then 10,000, then 100,000. The intensity is increasing. I have to learn. I have to do whatever needs to be done. Otherwise, it will keep on going. So we talked about denial mode. So remember, you may have acknowledged certain things that yes, it is happening, but you may have not accepted it. Big difference and very important. You may say, yeah, I've acknowledged. So what? You may have acknowledged it is happening, but you have not accepted. Means, like we say, surrender. Surrender means you have accepted truly from the bottom of your heart, not just acknowledge. So again, think deeply, write them down, going back to the memory lane, and identify around whatever you can find out that under what situation this happened. It will give you more hints. But just repeating in life is one thing, but when repetition is coming with higher intensity over time, it is the most important thing you want to work on. It has the highest probability that it is connected to your soul plan. You can say, oh, I'm having difficulty in relationship. I lose friends. I cannot make friends, or this happened, that happened. Connect the dots, try to understand, and whatever then you get as a message, you have to work on that message. So it's not like, okay, financial loss means everybody has to do the same thing. No. Different emotions, different element of that emotion, different fix, how to fix it, different ways. Because reasoning of my financial loss could be different than reasoning of your financial loss, could be different than reasoning of third person financial loss. Financial loss is same between, say, thousands of people, but the reason of it may be different because our story, all thousands of people will have different situation in the past, based on which we have picked that as a soul plan and we are working on it. So don't copy paste. Don't think, yeah, my friend also said this thing and he or she did this thing and I will do that. Then keep looking and find out what are your false beliefs. False beliefs, these are the story you give to yourself. I cannot do this. I will never be good in this. All those kind of false beliefs, which we tell ourselves that, no, I'm not good in this. I can never achieve this. I can never go and speak on the stage. I can never be a successful entrepreneur. The story continues. I cannot, whatever that cannot, whatever that false belief or believes, one or more, find out. Whatever suffering as per you in your life is, identify what emotion is highlighting that. Again, we were talking about relationships. So if relationship is an issue, find out what is it. You cannot make friends or friends leaves you, right? So you try your best, but people come to you and then they go away. Or what is it? What is that emotion? Emotion, is it related to communication? Is it related to your, you know, working with the people? Is it your ego? It is like, what is it? And look into your emotional independence. Do you blame others for something? If yes, what are those things? Emotional independence is a big thing because it's so easy. I just blame someone else for my suffering, what I call suffering. And you can have multiple things. I'm not only blaming others and I'm in denial mode also. And then false belief on top that I will never be successful. I will never be able to communicate properly and, all those things. So take your time, like onion, peel layer by layer, keep going. It's not a question that in 1 hour, like an exam, I have to finish it off. No. And then once you have identified, the question is, what next? What do I do with this information? So do more of what makes you sing. Anything that is close to your heart, that makes your soul really sing, dance, do more of those things. And welcome new things which can make you sing. So those you have identified that already you do it, which makes you sing, do more of that. And if you identify new stuff that can make you sing, welcome it. That means you have to stay open. And at the same time, you have to accept. You cannot just overcome like this. Anything that makes you sad. You have to accept first, surrender to it that, okay, I understand I do these things which makes me sad and I will stop them. It's your nature, it's in your DNA. It will be hard. So take your time, go step by step, don't jump. Identify what are the biasness you have. Are you judgmental? Because mostly we all are. Whether it's about one topic or more, case by case, person by person. Find out your biasness. That yes, I'm always biased on this thing, or I'm judgmental. People are judgmental. Sometimes, the way people talk, the way people walk, the way people dress, the way, many different ways, they are judgmental. I like people in this profession. I don't like people in that profession. People are judgmental. Remember, your first priority should be for the items that are repeating, and not only they are repeating, but with increasing intensity. If you can identify anything which is repeating and increasing in intensity, that should be a number one item to be, prioritize and work on. Of course, all other points, find out your biasness, your judgmental nature, your all other things that connects, and then you say, makes sense. And this is something I feel is related to my soul plan, and then find out, surrender, overcome, get more clarification. When you're doing meditation, ask the universe those answers. That, okay, is it related to my soul plan? Is this something I should be doing more, whatever you think you have identified? In your own sadhana, your own meditation, you ask the question, get the answer from universe. You are preparing yourself that you can acknowledge those signals from the universe, because universe will not come and talk to you in your language. It will talk to you through experiences, certain events that are happening around you in your life. But if you don't know that's how universe is communicating with me, you may fail to acknowledge those messages. But if you know that this is how universe talk, now you will not miss those moments, those events, those indications that are coming from the universe. Once you know your answer. So who can get you your answer? Only you can get. Who can help? Yeah, the process wise, you can get help from others. However, doing it depends on you. Sustaining it depends on you. Initially, we stay in denial mode. We may be in victim consciousness. We may blame others for everything. That's okay. As you identify, keep working and keep overcoming. So, Master, these are the simple things you can use to identify what seems to be most likely that your soul wants to achieve in this life. And then don't worry whether it's a good or a bad as per our definition. Because if the plan is to experience the lack, then you will have lack of money, lack of financial resources, lack of whatever it is. Nothing wrong. If that's the plan, then that's the plan. Enjoy that. And this is the most important thing. So thank you, Masters. We'll take questions now.